Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martins here with your outlook for December 4th, 2017. For your Monday, high pressure is going to start off the day with mostly sunny skies, and I think that's going to hold for most of the day. It's going to continue eastward throughout the day, and we could get partly cloudy by the end of today. So really not too much of a difference between mostly sunny and partly cloudy. Just a few more clouds starting to filter in during the afternoon hours, which will not be a big deal. And then those clouds will start off in this evening. We'll have partly cloudy skies that will become mostly cloudy overnight. So the clouds will begin to increase a little bit as we proceed through the night. And as a result of that, low temperature tonight will not be that low because of the clouds increasing. Will kind of insulate things. So probably just getting down to the 40s in most places for overnight lows. So it'll be kind of mild overnight tonight. But we do have a warm front moving in from the west. And this will come in probably later in the day on Tuesday. Still favoring the afternoon. I don't think you get anything here in the morning at all. But you will have a nice warm southerly flow out ahead of this. So I would be surprised if Philadelphia hits 60 degrees here on Tuesday. It'll be very warm, probably mid-50s in most places, or 56, 57, 58, something like that in most other places. But a very warm southerly breeze is going to be occurring ahead of this front on Tuesday. The global models are starting to bring this in early in the afternoon. Here is a look at early afternoon. You can see out in central PA starting to get into some action at this point. I think that's probably correct. I don't think it's going to get too far east yet. Once we get further east, it's going to be more like the evening. Here's a look at 7 p.m. and you can see it just starting to get into most of New Jersey, not the coastal regions yet, but everywhere else in interior Pennsylvania, northern Delaware, getting into it at this point. Let's go over to the NAM high-res future simulated radar. I'm going to give this at 2 p.m. So you can see this is just on Tuesday. So this is still just hanging out here in central PA at this point. It's going to be moving eastward, but it's still at that point still has not made it eastward. Just starting to get in eastern Pennsylvania here as we head toward about 5 p.m. on Tuesday, and then we get to 8 p.m. You can see some more scatter stuff moving east, but the concentration of this is going to be moving through overnight. There also maybe, and don't get excited about this, but in these areas right here at the very tail end, you could have a few snowflakes, wet snowflakes mixing in as this cold air behind this cold front is going to be rushing in. If it can catch up to it in time, you could have a changeover briefly to some snowflakes. I wouldn't get excited though. I'm not expecting any accumulation from this whatsoever. That very rarely works out for any kind of back end accumulations once you have a front move through. But you could have a few flakes nonetheless. And so if you see that, if you're getting up very early on Wednesday morning to go to work, you're one of those early risers around dawn or thereabout, you might see a few snowflakes mixing in with the rain, or maybe even changing over to rain or over to snow, but it's not going to stick, we don't think, anywhere. Okay, so that's Tuesday. That moves off the coast, and that gets out of here. Here's that next frame. You can see it just tails out of here, and then temperatures are going to kind of level off where they were during the morning hours on Wednesday, and they might even start tailing off a little bit late in the day as that cold air rushes up behind it. We're going to have some cold that's going to stick around for the rest of December, as we have been discussing now for several weeks. This is coming, and here we are finally reached that week where we're going to say goodbye to these mild temperatures and not see them for a very long time. Okay, maybe the foreseeable future. We'll just leave it at that because it looks like at least through the end of December we're not seeing anything of any kind of warmth of any kind. It's going to be pretty chilly. Here's the cold front moving away, and then Thursday we turn to mostly sunny skies, but we are going to be much cooler, and that holds again here on Friday. Now we got to watch. There's two things we have to watch at the end of the week, and as the models still haven't completely figured these things out yet. There's one feature, an area of low pressure off the southeastern U.S. coastline. Here is that area of low pressure, kind of an elongated low, just moving up in this direction here. If this can come close enough, it can organize a little bit, or maybe it's not so strung out and elongated, and any bit closer to the coast here, you might have to watch for areas right in here for a graze, which could have wintry implications to the northwest side if in fact that were to occur. But this particular model is not thrilled with that whatsoever. I know the GFS last night, at least one point, was suggesting that we'd have some snow in parts of South Jersey. We're going to keep an eye on it. I don't think so. We don't have that in our official forecast. We do think this remains offshore, this area low pressure, and stays far enough east so as to not be a problem. However, you will have a piece of energy that's rotating around There's a kind of an upper level system that's sitting over the Great Lakes, and there's pieces of vorticity. They're going to try to wrap around and move through like this, okay? And that's going to come through, we think, on Saturday, and there could be a few snow showers with that. And you can see that here, and it's not a real big deal, just a few snow showers could be flying here. Not expecting anything, big in accumulations, maybe coatings or an inch here and there. At least as of right now. We'll have to keep an eye on this, because sometimes these systems can be a little bit sneaky, and they can just tap into a little bit more moisture and surprise somebody. But we'll keep an eye on it just in case. But there could be something on Saturday here with just snow showers, it looks like. Just kind of this wave running through here. And you can see that here, these pieces of vorticity just rotating through. And that goes through. And then once we get to that will be on Saturday. We're going to keep that snow showers in the forecast as a possibility. Sunday, probably go back to partly cloudy skies, just a lake effect snow starting to kick in for the usual areas. But you're going to be brutally cold for this time of year as we get to Sunday. You might not get above freezing in most places for highs. At least far in the interior, we're going to get anything north and west of I-78, I don't think even hit freezing. It's going to be cold Sunday. A little bit too early for that sub-freezing stuff for highs. It's usually a January thing, but that is definitely coming. So we're going to have the initial wave where we just kind of go, we go below normal. We'll call it more slightly below normal, not really below. And then we get to that really far below stuff as we get to Sunday, which is the 10th, and is right on target for what we projected for quite some time, starting off slightly at below average, and then we get to below average beginning on Sunday. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for December 4th, 2017. Have a great Monday.